I'm going to start the test now. Carrie is sleeping here, and that is the best procedure. If you can have the patient just take a nap, just go to sleep for a while. And in the case of very small children, you give them something to make them go to sleep. You can see the waveform on the screen beginning to form here. And what she is hearing, or what is going into the earphones, is a loud clicking sound, a very fast clicking noise. And that is just the type of sound that works best for this particular test. As we go through this, and it takes only a couple of minutes, the brain will respond to that sound, and if it's normal, it will make a characteristic waveform that will have 5 peaks on it, one very large one, which is the most important one, and that will tell us whether or not our hearing is within normal limits. We can check each ear individually or both together. Now we'll go ahead and switch over to the right ear now, same kind of sound, and this computerized machine enables us to save the various waveforms to analyze later on. Now we're back to go again. Now we'll do the other ear. We can save results throughout the test, and then later on when the patient is gone and we have more time, we can evaluate the different waveforms, compare them on the screen, perform certain operations that will give us more information about the status of the hearing. Okay, we're beginning another series now. If Carrie could close her eyes for me. The machine also tells you when you make a mistake. That you saw the artifact flash on there. That's probably just muscle artifact from the patient, but as you go through this, you're bound to get some artifact, and if you make a mistake in setting up the program, the machine will beep at you until you're doing it wrong, and we can see if the waveform is starting to come out. We would ideally find something like this line on the bottom here, and that looks pretty normal. Hopefully the 2 lines will come out the same or close to it. That is always a check for consistency. You want to be able to repeat the test without having very large differences. It should be the same. Again, here's that important peak right here. This whole thing only represents 10 milliseconds, so that's right at about 6 milliseconds. That's exactly where it should be. Probably indicates normal hearing on that side. And if you compare it to the first one, it's fairly close.
Rick, you mentioned that there is an abnormality here. What exactly could this mean in this patient?
Okay, I don't know if you can see it on here or not, but there is a slight difference between the left and the right side. And this important wave 5 here is at a somewhat different time span between the 2 ears, and it can mean some problem in the brain and the brainstem level, in the lower part of your brain.
I see. Now you, as an audiologist, would not tell the patient they have this abnormality. You would then contact the referring doctor.
That's exactly right. In fact, this test in itself cannot rule out those kinds of problems. You'd want to combine this with other diagnostic measures, but it would always refer back to the physician and send him the results and let him make that decision.
What could a reading like this suggest to the referring doctor?
One of the more common things would be a tumor in the auditory nerve.
That's the nerve that comes from the base of the brain into the ear area.
Into the inner ear, right.
I see. And if there was a tumor, then a possible treatment might be surgery.
That's possible, yes.
Well, thank you very much, Rick. I really appreciate this today. The audiology department of the Marysville Medical Clinic did a great job demonstrating new ways to test hearing. When we return from our break, we'll meet with 2 audiologists and discuss more details about their work with hearing problems.